Now Fred has already placed an annotation on one of the cubes, and now Mike is going to do that, and he puts his annotation in the input field and then clicks with the center mouse button onto the object he wants to place it. So he's placed the annotation, and you can see the update in the dialog box above. Now Mike is going to place another annotation on the second cube. And he's put the annotation in the import field, and now he's going to place the annotation by clicking on the box, and you can see it updates in the dialog box above. And now Fred is going to do the same. He's going to put an annotation in and then click the object he wants to place that annotation on. Now what you can do is you can turn pan on and off, and you can either use the Q button by pressing Q, or you can actually press the button at the top, pan on or pan off. So at the moment we're having a look at the cubes and seeing them from different perspectives, and we're going to turn pan on Mike's side, and we can have a look around, and that allows you to turn left and right, so you can change your point of view. Now I've turned it off again. We're going to move around so we can see it from above, and we've turned pan on again with the Q key. And you can see that you can look at the different objects, but you can also see the other user, and you can see the name above the other user. So now we're actually just changing the field of view, which is the equivalent of zooming in and out. So here you can see that we're zooming close to an object or far away from an object. So now we're back to the original zoom. Now we're zooming in, and then zoom out again. To place an image on an object, you put the file name into the input field, press Find Path, and then it'll give you a drop down, and you can select the path, and then once the path is selected, you use the middle mouse button and you click on the object, and then the image is uploaded from the server. You can then move the object around, rotate it, scale it, and position it so that you can see the image more easily, and you can use it then as like a panel. So once you've got the object the size you want, you can go up to it and you can have a look at it. So you can see Fred is looking at the object, at the image, and you can also see that he was gesturing certain parts, like pointing at particular parts of the image. You can import an image by placing the image file extension into the input field and then pressing Upload Local Image. It then gets uploaded to the server. You can then download it by putting the file name into the input field and pressing Find Path, and then from the drop down menu you can select the server path, and then you can add that image onto an object, and you do that by using the middle mouse button and clicking on the object, but after you have unclicked the annotation or change texture box. Now you can use the annotation feature like a chat feature, and the way you do that is you place your annotation on an object, and then the next person or player can place their annotation, and what it does, it creates a dialogue. So Fred has placed an annotation, and he said this is an owl, and then Mike can place an annotation in reply to the first annotation. So you can see now that you have a chat dialogue being created between the two players. Now Mike has made another annotation. And now Fred is making another statement. So you can see that the dialog box shows the dialogue between the two players.